Well, hello there, my beautiful Brooksaholic weirdos. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Okay, so if you were here with us yesterday, you know that we started watching the Nick Kirby testimony in the Waukesha Christmas Parade trial. But I got my time zones messed up, and I didn't leave enough time to go into the sentencing of the Boy in the Box trial, which I had been following and many of us were interested in. So we had to turn over to that live sentencing. So here's what I've done. I took down the Nicholas Kirby portion we watched yesterday. We're fixing to rewatch that same feed that we were on. And when we get to the point, about 39 minutes in, that we stopped, I'm going to pick up with a new video and go from there. So here we go. I forget how long this is. Okay, we're going to try to get through it though as quickly as we can. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get going on Nick Kirby.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Or you may call your first witness. Actually, your second witness.
The defense would like to call the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, to the stand.
Central Time, Richie. Hey, Richie, by the way.
Object. The objection is noted. It is sustained. Call your next witness, please.
Reason for the sustain?
Not relevant. And you haven't named a person to go along with it.
The subpoena was accepted, Your Honor.
I'll take the issue up outside the presence of the jury if necessary. Call your next witness, please.
He's trying to call the state of Wisconsin as a witness.
Make an oral tennis motion to dismiss for failure to appear by the plaintiff and for failure to state a claim from which relief can be granted.
I will take that up outside the presence of the jury. Next witness, please.
Somebody come get him.
So is the state not present?
Mr. Brooks, I'm not going to address that any further while the jury's present. I'll take that up outside their presence. Call your next witness, please.
The defense calls Nicholas Kirby.
All right. Nicholas Kirby. Is that a witness who's in the hallway? Do we know?
If the whole state did come, they just
Have him brought over, Your Honor.
him up.
All right, thank you. It'll be just a moment or two while we wait for that witness to come into the courtroom.
Barbara. I couldn't resist. Of course not. Welcome, Catherine Walker, as a new member of the Hee Hee and a Kikian Club. God bless you, honey. It's a little awkward, uncomfortable. Oh, wait, never mind the whole trial is. My bad. My bad. I forgot about that. Okay, never mind. You have said that. Yes, Wisconsin should be testifying. You want me to start a fillet club? No, but I could make it. Maybe I could make a fish fillet club membership. He knew he wasn't right there, so that's why he's called. Yeah, right. Anything you can do to delay. The Sixth Amendment is only one sentence long, but Daryl
Sir, would you please make your way to the witness stand? It is up.
Face the witnesses
One
against
riser
you.
to my right. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand, and my clerk Teresa, who's across from me, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat.
I didn't know Wes was your cousin, Debbie.
The first thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record, and then to spell each. Go ahead.
First name Nicholas, last name Kirby, Nicholas Kirby.
Great. Thank you. Go ahead, sir. Your witness.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kirby. How are you today?
I'm here.
What do you do for a living?
Mostly temp work.
Do you recall the events of November 21st of 2021?
All too well.
And what were you doing that day?
What time of the day?
Around 3 o'clock-ish.
3 o'clock-ish. Around 3 o'clock-ish, I was walking with Corey around Waukesha. Earlier, well, yeah.
And you made reference to walking with Corey. Who is Corey?
Corey is a friend of Miss Patterson's.
And would it be fair to say that it's also a friend of yours?
Mutual friend, yes.
In reference to Corey?
Yes.
Oh. And what were you doing?
Walking around Waukesha, she was waiting for Miss Patterson to get done meeting with Mr. Brooks. You?
At 3 o'clock?
Around 3 o'clock-ish. Around that time, I had advised her not to go meet with Mr. Brooks.
You made reference to Mr. Brooks. Who's that?
That would be you.
And why would you say it would be you? That's you.
Because that's your name.
And you were privy to that information at the time?
I was privy to the information about you about a week prior to this incident.
About a week prior. And during your walking around, what were you doing with Corey?
Walking, like literally walking. We went from one store to walking around downtown after Erica told us she was going to be going to meet with Mr. Brooks. That would be you. I had advised her not to do it because it was a bad idea, and I was in fear for her safety.
You made reference to going from one store to another. What stores are you referencing?
Dollar General and Speedway.
Did you go anywhere else?
No.
Thank
Did
you,
you ever
Fanny.
go to a park?
No.
You made reference to knowing about a Brooks a week prior to these events, you said?
I didn't know everything about him. Miss Patterson had showed me his rap sheet, if you will, and a picture of him, and that was about it. I had heard prior
I'm gonna stop the witness unless you want him to go there, not to discuss what may or may not be conduct of Mr. Brooks prior to November 21 of 2021.
Oh, his prior record.
With that understanding, go ahead and ask the next question.
Doesn't he still get him to do it though? He's so stupid. He still goes right into it. He opens that door, Richie.
You made reference to a picture you were shown.
just a photograph with a rap sheet behind it.
Pumpkin.
And at some point, did you and your mutual friend Corey meet up with Miss Patterson?
Yes.
Do you recall where that was?
Corey and I were in the Dollar General area of Waukesha, which is between East and Broadway Street. We were walking towards, or away from Dollar General, towards where Erica had said that she was being assaulted and attacked.
And do you recall where that area was?
Yes.
Where was that area?
On White Rock Avenue, right across from White Rock Elementary, in front of the red apartments across from that area.
Red apartments.
Yes.
Do you know what those apartments are called?
I do not know the name. I'm guessing they're called White Rock Apartments.
And do you know if there's a park in that immediate vicinity?
There is a park there named Frame Park, yes.
Did you ever Frame Park?
No. We were in that area near the park where the elementary school is and the apartments are.
About what time did you and your mutual friend Corey meet up with Miss Patterson?
Miss Patterson called me and said that she was...
About what time was the question? About what time?
I'm getting to that.
I'll direct the witness answer his question specifically. What time?
Honestly, around what time the parade started. I would have to say like dusk. I honestly don't wear a watch, so sorry, I don't remember the time. But if I had to put it at a time, I'd probably say about 4:35-ish.
I hear the door hinges, y'all. Do you hear the
Let's
door
back
hinges?
up a little bit. Around what time did you and your mutual friend Corey first hook up that day?
I had worked that whole day, so we didn't meet up until I was done working, which was probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the stuff they say about Nick is true, guys.
And
I'm
at some
honest.
point, you received a phone call from Miss Patterson?
Yes.
You yourself?
Yes.
And then at that point, what did you do?
When she told me that she was in trouble and she needed help, I went to her aid, which means I took off from where I was near Dollar General and ran to where she told me to go.
And when you got there, what did you see?
When I got there, well, halfway towards White Rock Elementary, I stopped a police officer at a barricade and I let him know that a woman was being assaulted in a vehicle.
And do you recall giving a description of who may have been assaulting your friend?
No,
Why not?
because at that point in time, the description didn't matter. I had the identity of the vehicle. So I told them you need to be looking for a red SUV with a woman screaming out of it.
And how did you come into the knowledge of the description of the vehicle?
Because I saw the vehicle.
At what point did you see the vehicle?
When Corey and I were walking up White Rock Avenue on the apartment building side of White Rock, which would have been my right if you were walking towards the train tracks that cross White Rock. On my left was White Rock Elementary. I walked past the red vehicle, didn't realize that she was in that vehicle. Then Corey and I crossed the street to White Rock Elementary and started walking down the sidewalk, and I heard her scream, Miss Patterson scream. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she screamed, and I knew it was her, so I walked back across the street and escorted her across the street over to White Rock Elementary.
Look at.
I don't think that's what
I'm just giving you full description.
So stupid.
Let's back up a little bit because that doesn't make sense. You stated that you had a
Naomi.
description of the vehicle. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
The question was, how did you learn of the description of the vehicle at that point?
Miss Patterson told me over the phone that she was in a red SUV. There aren't many red SUVs with young women screaming for help in Waukesha.
So true, Numfundo. All he's doing is open all these questions up for. Look at Zach. He just can't wait.
So
Not wait.
So I'm assuming, because you made reference to stopping law enforcement before arriving to the scene, would that be fair to say?
Yes.
So I'm assuming somewhere in the time of you stopping the law enforcement officer to report what you were being told, and then actually walking past the vehicle as you said you did, and then hearing this and all this,
This, that,
did
and
you
a
give a
third.
full report to law enforcement?
At the time when someone was in help and needed help immediately, absolutely not. I said there's a woman being attacked in a red SUV, you need to call for backup. Now.
And then you just ran.
And then I
away.
ran towards the person that needed help.
Freaking Pope.
Did you at any time give a more detailed report that evening?
No, not that evening.
Did you speak with any more law enforcement that evening?
Yes.
Do you recall whom that was?
I do not recall the officer's name that showed up in the SUV coming down White Rock, in the police squad SUV. I don't even know the name of the officers that turned into Frame Park and went to the boat launch instead of where Miss Patterson, myself, and Corey were.
This is also redundant.
But yes, I did speak to an officer.
How did you come into the knowledge of where officers turned and went?
Because me, Erica, and Corey were arguing with Mr. Brooks on the side of the road of White Rock, right in front of White Rock Elementary. And the officer that I had stopped at the barricade when we were coming to Miss Patterson's aid had radioed for backup, and obviously given them description of the vehicle that I had described to them, the red SUV. That backup came, but they went to Frame Park. They did not go to where we were on White Rock.
Any idea why they went to Frame Park if you specifically told them a description of a vehicle and where it was located?
I did not tell them where the vehicle was located because at first incident, Mr. Brooks had taken off in his SUV.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps doing that. Why don't you just pick up the paper and read it, you idiot? I think I just heard a juror snore. I'm not sure. Could be. I'm not positive, but I just thought I heard a snort.
And In the police report, and is it fair to say that the officer that took your report was writing down what you told them?
Do you mean the officer that I alerted about the trouble in the SUV?
Well, let me back up. On the next day, the 22nd of November of 2021, did you speak with a detective at that time?
Yes, I did.
Hey, Ray.
And during that interview, were they writing down what you were saying?
I believe so, yes, but I believe it may also have been recorded on tape. I'm not sure.
I would have been annoyed too if I was in the jury. Hey, I caught up on the
Do
chat.
you yourself recall stating to the detective that your friend Miss Patterson was being assaulted somewhere near the area of White Rock School?
Overruled. He may answer. I'll just caution Mr. Brooks about leading questions since it's his witness, but this particular question you can answer.
Hi, Pipsky.
Yes, I mentioned that I had received a phone call from Miss Patterson and that she was being assaulted while in a vehicle.
At any time did you identify White Rock School?
I identified the street, which is named White Rock, the apartment buildings, and the school as well as Frame Park.
So you did identify Frame Park?
I identified the entire geographical area.
Or you're going to have to define geographical for him because he don't know. And geographical means what?
And at some point you said you heard your friend Miss Patterson screaming?
Yes.
And do you recall what she was screaming? I said, do he recall?
As from the question, he's asking, did he hear? So you may answer. It's a yes or no.
I do not. Yes, she screamed. Do I remember what she was trying to say? No, I'm guessing it would be help. I'm in trouble.
You know what I will say about Kirby, Nick Kirby, is he is a little dramatic. He has a dramatic personality. He has a fiery way about him. And I think, yeah, it does come across as like he's exaggerating a little bit, probably going a little bit more than what was. Could be. I'm not saying he did, but it could be. He just kind of comes across like that to me.
I would assume that that's what a person would scream when they're in trouble, is for help.
Do we still have the exhibit with the footage from the White Rock School available?
The security footage?
The security footage, I'm sorry.
We do. Would the state be willing to pull that up?
I guess I need the defendant to identify which exhibit he would like us to publish.
There's 3 and 4. Door 1 and door 2 is what I have.
I'm sorry, you said do.
Exhibits 3 and 4 have been received. One is of the White Rock door 1, the other is White Rock door 2. I believe those are the videos you're referring to.
Let's try door 2.
it's Exhibit 4. Let's just put it up for the witness initially, make sure it's the one Mr. Brooks wants. I appreciate the state with their assistance. Can you see that on your monitor, Mr. Brooks? Is this the one you're looking at?
Yeah, I can see it.
I believe there's 2 clips from this, but
No, he doesn't.
go ahead.
Can you? This one is roughly 7 minutes, so I would need a little bit of it played, if possible.
Yeah, let's play
It's
me
been, received,
and the
so go
car
ahead.
again, so that the jury can get a good look at me and the car
It'll be
again.
published, so everyone can see.
Well, before it's published, can you show it to the witness?
That's fine. We'll just play for the witness then.
I'm sorry, I should have said that before.
It's playing, so we'll let it go. Let us know if there's a point where you want it stopped.
Okay.
He's the bias-ish. Naomi. It's just so stupid. He's so stupid. All to get his point across.
I'm not sure if this is the video you're looking for, though.
Hope it was worth
might
it.
Be, think it might be door 1.
No,
It's Exhibit 3.
No, maybe not. Let's watch. I could be wrong.
I was kinda
Literally
thinking that
talking
too.
about
a
opening
look.
doors. Literally talking about
Zach
opening
sitting over there with
doors.
his mouth watering.
Of course, none of our statements
What-
right now are any kind of evidence. We're just trying to
Okay.
get to the right spot.
Can you
Pause right now at 105.
105? Can you back it up a few seconds? Not 2 or 3, but maybe 5 seconds, 6 seconds, maybe.
It's at 59 seconds. The witness. It is on the witness stand, by the way, just so you're aware.
Okay.
He's watching it.
Can you play from here?
Let's try door 2 of the game show Exhibities. Naomi, that's good. Yeah, let's pull up this video.
I don't think.
What's wrong with my video? Did it do this yesterday too? Let's see. It's
Hang on,
fruit.
guys. Bear with me.
Yep, it did. Okay.
It is really acting up.
Anyone get in or out of the vehicle that you see on your screen?
Miss Patterson has just exited the vehicle.
Just for the record, the video was played. It's Exhibit 4 from 56 seconds to 1:21. Go ahead.
I didn't hear the answer.
Miss
I'm sorry.
Patterson was the one that exited the red SUV.
You saw someone exit.
Yes.
Can you rewind it back?
To what? Again?
You want
To
it back to 56 seconds?
no, to 105, where it was paused the first time.
Okay. Thank you.
I
for
know, Tina.
attempting to do that.
Tina Marie.
It is paused at 1:05.
The fact that he wants to show the jury over and over that he was the driver of the vehicle to prove
You wanna
something
play
so
from
small.
Yes, I'm sorry.
He's just a little bit slow. Just a little bit. Yeah. I don't think I don't think StreamYard likes DB.
Pause.
Paused again at 121.
Oh, okay.
Did you see anyone from, in the video that you're being shown now, from about the 1 minute and 5 second mark to where it's paused right now at 1 minute and 21 seconds? Did you observe anyone get in or out of the vehicle?
I'm going to take back what I said earlier. Apparently, according to this video, she did not exit your vehicle. She was behind the White Rock sign. That's why I did not see her.
Did you see anyone get into the vehicle?
Later on, within the incident, yes.
On the video there, you
At this point, had they not already dropped the whole thing on Erica anyway? Do y'all remember? This was like day, I want to say day 12, 13, somewhere in there. Had they not already dropped that piece of the charges, or those specific charges relating to Erica? So all this is just, it's a moot point, right?
you are able to view right now from the 1 minute and 5 second mark to the 1 minute and 21 second mark. Did you observe anyone get into the vehicle?
Hey, Quay.
Can you publish for the jury?
Hey, Neo.
You want it replayed again?
Yes.
Yeah, but when did they drop them?
We'll start at the close to the minute mark as possible.
Again, is that where the defendant would like it started? Is
What?
this-
Around the 105.
Oh, from the 20th.
Around that
Okay.
area.
105, exhibit 4.
I know we have to wait for the jury, right?
Right,
Okay.
and then you want it to the minute 21 mark again?
Yes,
All right,
if I may.
Go ahead.
So they were still charging him with assault. That's right, because Erica was still technically a witness in this trial. I forgot about that. Okay. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in.
Oh,
If you're
he's
coming in
only-
litigating Erica's stuff because he blamed her
And-
for everything. Exactly.
At that time, were you already en route to where you believe your friend was being assaulted at?
Objection calls for speculation. This defendant has not even put this witness at this location at this time. He's just having him testify about what he's seeing in video.
I understand the objection. It's sustained. Please establish some foundation for this witness being present
Well,
at that location.
well, you know, Judge.
For
Were you
about the incident.
present at this time?
We were on White Rock Avenue, but we were not in the general location of the school as of yet, as of that point in time.
So to your recollection, you didn't see anything that you're seeing right now or on this video. You did not see the day of the incident?
No, I definitely saw Miss Patterson in a red SUV that day.
Did you see?
At this specific time, no. Because I was down the road on White Rock talking to an officer who was manning the intersection of Hartwell and White Rock and reporting at that time.
JPC, I don't think so. I
Can we
think the
play a
rest
little
of us
bit
are
more?
wrong, and he's right
If I may.
in his world.
Objection as to relevance. If he wants to direct the video to a certain time that, and he would like to ask this witness about that particular time, if the witness saw that, that's fine. But he can't go through each video and say, and
I
ask
know.
general questions.
There's
Yeah,
only been one
Leslie.
video that's been shown.
I'm going to give Mr. Brooks some leeway on this. The video is to be played from this moment, and then Mr. Brooks tell us when you want it to stop.
Okay. What I'm attempting to do for the record, Your Honor, is
Just play the video and you can ask your question.
All right.
Go
Play the
ahead.
damn video and shut up. Leslie, like, look, I'm not worried about this hurting my case, but this is just wasting time, Your Honor.
can you pause it right there?
Video's paused at 1:38.
By what you are viewing in this video right now, had you and your mutual friend Corey linked up with Miss Patterson at that point?
At this point in time in the video, given from what I've just seen, that was when Erica was on the phone trying to get a hold of me. We were already on White Rock at that point in time. We were not near the school at that point in time, though.
So that was when you would, to your recollection, that's when you would say the phone call to you was made?
One of the phone calls, yes, she made multiple phone calls to me, I think probably about 6. I had been having issues with my phone that day, so it had been turned on and off multiple times. The final time that it was turned on was when I picked up her phone call, and she said, "I need help, I'm in trouble, come help me. I'm being assaulted." That's when I left.
You just made reference to that point in the vehicle being, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so drained. That point in the video was when you made reference to that point in the video being when you received the phone call.
Yes. A phone call out of multiple from her.
That's fair, a phone call. Would it be fair to say, though, that, and this is in reference to you saying that you were having issues with your phone that day, would it be fair to say that you're not sure how many phone calls you had received that day or who they were from?
I only received 51 phone calls on my phone that day. That I actually do know. 6 of which belong to her.
And all around the same time?
All around the time. She obviously didn't want to get off the phone because no one calls me 6 times in a row unless they need some help.
Ooh.
Can we continue to play from 138?
Go ahead.
Can you pause right there very quick?
Paused at 1 minute, 47 seconds.
Do you see in this video your friend Miss Patterson walking back in the direction that she had just come from?
I see her on the phone talking to someone, which I assume would be me, telling me where
Mr. Kirby, I need you to answer the specific question that's being asked at the moment, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, I see her on White Rock on the phone walking back in the direction she was originally.
Again, Your Honor, I'm going to object to this line of questioning unless the defendant can put this witness there. I don't know what the relevance of this testimony is.
The
Exactly.
exhibit has been received, it's been published previously.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to give Mr. Brooks some leeway here. Overruled. I would like you to get to where you need to go, though.
That was the next question. At this point in the video, had you yet come into a range where you and your mutual friend Corey, had you yet come into a range where you can see Miss Patterson at that point?
Corey was the one that spotted her first.
Could you yourself see her at that point?
I heard her scream. That's what caught my attention.
And you made reference to that scream being heard from inside the vehicle. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, because that's where she was when she called me. And I was still on the phone with her while going down White Rock Avenue. Even while I was talking to the officer, I said, "I'm on the phone with her right now. I'm trying to figure out where she is. Can you please call for backup?" So we continued down White Rock to look for Miss Patterson.
Would it be fair to say that in the phone call you received, she told you where she was at, and that's the area that you were generally responding to with your mutual friend Corey?
Miss Patterson doesn't know Waukesha. I knew the area she was talking about because I live in that area.
Would it be fair to say that you just testified to when you had the interaction with law enforcement.
One that she was in. It was Corey who spotted her across from the road.
From we're paused at the 1 minute and 47-second mark of this video.
Lenny. I know, right?
It's a little hard to see
Hey, Shonda.
houses and things of the like. Can you point out in what area the red apartments you're referring to might be?
It's a touch screen.
It's a touch screen, so you can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can make an arrow point in the direction if that's helpful.
I'm not good with technology, guys. Sorry. I'm a dirt digger. Okay. This is the entrance to White Rock Elementary. Across the street and up maybe 20, 30 feet, there's an intersection leading from an apartment building to the White Rock campus. That would be up here in this general corner right here. This whole area.
Would it be fair to say that from where we're paused at in the video, we can't tell if there's any vehicle parked in that general area?
You literally just played the video where the vehicle
Just
turned
answer the
around.
question, sir.
No, you cannot see it from this angle.
Will we please clear the
Yes.
arrow? Thank you. Would it be fair to say that where the video is paused now, that Ms. Patterson is not, or who you identified as Ms. Patterson is not inside of a vehicle?
She is not inside of a vehicle in this video, no.
Can we play it from 1 minute and 47 seconds?
Go ahead.
No, Neo. Nick went he went MIA after this court testimony. He did a brief media thing, and he was just, we hadn't seen him since.
Pause there. At this point, had you come into a range where you can see Ms. Patterson at that point?
No.
You collected
The
your
record
pearls.
video is paused at 2:13.
I'm sorry. I
It's all right.
213.
Keep going.
And you made reference to your friend Corey spotting her first.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Corey had said that she thought she had seen her across the street, and we looked, and we crossed the street once, and then we crossed the street back over.
Welcome
Then we
back,
crossed again
Blanco.
for the final time. That wasn't until later when the incident with Mr. Brooks took part.
To the Brooksaholics Anonymous
place.
Club.
And at this point, walking with your friend Corey, had
Oh,
she
Corey's
alerted you
12:30.
to spotting Miss Patterson at
Okay.
that?
Okay, that's where we switched over yesterday. That's where we stopped watching this, and now we're gonna start back. We might overlap a little bit, but we're gonna start back and watch the rest of this together, fresh and new. Here we go.
Technology, guys. Sorry. I'm a dirt digger. Okay. This is the entrance to White Rock Elementary. Across the street and up maybe 20, 30 feet, there's an intersection leading from an apartment building to the White Rock campus. That would be up here in this general corner right here. This whole area.
Would it be fair to say that from where we're paused at in the video, we can't tell if there's any vehicle parked in that general area?
You literally just played the video where the vehicle
Just
turned
answer the
around.
question, sir.
No, you cannot see it from this angle.
Will we please clear the
Yes.
arrow? Thank you. Would it be fair to say that where the video is paused now, that Ms. Patterson is not, or who you identified as Ms. Patterson is not inside of a vehicle?
She is not inside of a vehicle in this video, no.
Can we play it from 1 minute and 47 seconds?
Go ahead.
I am beyond help. No, I'm just kidding. This morning I was back going through all the Waukesha police footage again. I'm putting together something for Tuesday.
Pause there. At this point, had you come into a range where you can see Ms. Patterson at that point?
No.
The record video is paused at 2:13.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
213.
Keep going.
And you made reference to your friend Corey spotting her first.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Corey had said that she thought she had seen her across the street, and we looked, and we crossed the street once, and then we crossed the street back over. Then we crossed again for a final time. That was until later when the incident with Mr. Brooks took place.
And at this point, walking with your friend Corey, had she alerted you to spotting Miss Patterson at that point?
She said she's over here. She must be out of his car now or something. She said something along the lines of that. So we went across the street, and there was Miss Patterson hobbling down the street with a boot on her leg.
You made reference to your friend Corey saying she must be out of his car now. Do you know, as you were walking with your friend Corey, do you know if she observed Miss Patterson being in a vehicle at that point?
She was with me when the phone call came. So I assume that when someone tells me that they're in a vehicle, then they are in a vehicle. That does not mean that they would be in a vehicle by the time I got there. I was on foot. And I wasn't walking, I was running.
Can you play it from 2:13? Hard to see down in that corner.
Brooke says, "Can we play this? Because I haven't seen it yet."
Hold on, let it play.
Okay. Pause right here.
You're breaking my
Is
heart,
that
Blanco.
409?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say we see some individuals walking right here? Are you able to see that in the video?
Yes, I can see it.
At that time, had you come close enough to the scene where you can observe any individuals in that area?
I don't remember the people that were in that area. I was only focused on the one, and that was the one in danger.
Could you
So no.
Could you at that point observe Miss Patterson?
Bye, Blanco. Talk to you later,
From my point on the street, from where I was,
At that time, yeah, where it's paused at now.
during a parade, no.
Can we clear the circle? Thank you. We observed at some point Miss Patterson crossing over to the opposite side of the road.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Any
I was
eye-
on the phone with her at that point.
Could you observe from coming down White Rock? Can you observe that from where you were at that time?
I was at the intersection of White Rock and Hartwell when she said that she was by some red apartment buildings.
Could you see her from that position?
No, not from that far down.
Can we play it from 409?
Go ahead.
I think it is fair to say that Nick Kirby has a very passionate dislike for Durrell.
Pause right there.
Pausing at 418.
418, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You see the two individuals here?
Yep,
Do you know who those individuals are?
that's me and Miss Corey.
So at 409 to 418, you were able to come into view of Miss Patterson at that point?
No. I wasn't. I was on my phone trying to call her back to find out where she was.
Can we clear this circle? Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Gussie.
So at this point right here where the video is paused, 418, you weren't able to observe Miss Patterson on White Rock Avenue at that point?
Judge, ask and answer.
Huh?
Overruled, the witness may answer.
I was not looking ahead of me. As you can tell by the video, I was looking at my phone trying to call Miss Patterson back because she was not answering her phone. That scared me. So I told Corey to keep an eye out look for her as I tried to keep calling her. When I looked up and we got past the White Rock Elementary School sign, that was when I seen her.
Would it be fair to say that judging from the video, the White Rock, let me back up. Are you referring to the sign right here that says White Rock Campus?
I'm referring to where the end of the school building itself meets the driveway or the road that's there. There's a turn-off road.
I apologize. Can we take that X from next to the White Rock Campus sign? So can you point to exactly what you're referring to?
Where that intersection is, where I just drew that little X, that intersection cuts across from the other side of White Rock to the other side and leads to a road, but also there's the frame park area there, and I believe there's a boat launch there somewhere. I don't know.
And at that point, you were able to observe Miss Patterson.
I observed her walking when Corey had told me that she had seen her. And so we grabbed her and started to leave to turn around. At that point in time, an officer was coming to Frame Park because of the report that I had given.
So you observed Miss Patterson walking and not inside of a vehicle?
At that point in time, no.
No, as in?
As in she was not in a vehicle at that point in time when we finally came upon her.
You know, the jury's like just shaking their head going, this is so stupid.
So when, if at any time did you observe Miss Patterson inside of a vehicle?
When she was going back into his vehicle to get her things or whatever it was that she was trying to pull out of his car, her phone or something or whatever.
Can we play the video from 418?
He is
I'm sorry.
Gerda.
Can we clear the X?
Continuing to
Sorry
play
about
from
that.
418. It's at 421, but go ahead.
Let's bring up this incriminating video again. There I am. There's the car. The only thing you can't see is the car tag. If you can't see it, it didn't happen. Oh, wait, but you did see me on video
Pause
doing all
right
that
here.
other stuff.
Is it fair to say it stopped at 4 minutes and 38 seconds? Is it fair to say from the video that two people right there are crossing the road?
Yes.
And do you know the identity of those two people?
That's me and Miss Corey.
Would it be fair to say that at that time you observed Miss Patterson?
That was when I first noticed the red Jeep, or red SUV, whatever you want to call it, across the street. We had zigzagged up White Rock, going from one side to another looking for Erica. When we ended up on this side, The red SUV was parked in front of the apartment buildings. There was a tree here, and Miss Erica came from the passenger side of the vehicle around the back. That's when I heard her yell something. That's when I went over.
You made reference to Miss Patterson coming from around the vehicle.
Coming from the passenger side, so I had assumed that she had just gotten out of the vehicle.
Do you know that for sure?
If I didn't see her earlier when I was on White Rock, or a vehicle earlier on White Rock, how could I know?
Did you see her in the vehicle at that time?
I've seen her come from around the vehicle. I am not actually sure if she was in the vehicle at that point in time.
Thank you.
I was just going by what she said over the phone.
Okay.
So my
understood.
assumption is that she was in a vehicle.
All right, next question.
If it pleases Your Honor, do we have a better view of this point in particular?
I don't know.
Maybe on Exhibit 3 might be a better view of this
If you have a
particular part?
specific spot to direct the state to, then I will have them do that, but
Can we view Exhibit 3?
do you have a specific spot to direct the state to on Exhibit 3?
I'm not sure. It's been, I don't know how long since we viewed that exhibit. I don't know how long it is.
I don't know. Cousin Eddie, I don't know. Got a metal plate in my head. Freaking Pope. Y'all are killing it today. What's going on? What's he waiting on? Friggin' Pope, you're friggin' funny. Kirby is a little annoying. Well, because he's probably never been on the stand like this
I'm
before.
just reviewing my notes. If there's a specific spot that you recall, I might be able to direct the state to that. But you'll have
And
to
he-
give me a little more information.
Okay.
He wants so badly to get this guy convicted.
I think that's why I was stating about the length of the video. I'm pretty sure I would know the exact spot. I don't know how long that video is. It's towards the end of it.
I don't know how
I know
long
that
it
for
is.
sure.
I don't know how long this evidence is. I haven't marked the spots. I swear, I think a 10-year-old could have represented themselves better on this in trial than this moron.
Can you ask your next question? You need to be able to tell the state with more specificity which part of which exhibit and at what point.
Well, I know the exhibit. The exhibit would be 3, and the spot, judging on the length of the exhibit, would be towards the end of the exhibit.
And you're sure it's Exhibit 3?
I agree, Super
Be
That
Trooper.
would be
Four.
White Rock Door 1, correct?
That's my understanding. All right, so we're done with this exhibit?
Yes.
All right, turn that off. I'm going to just ask the state to just preview to the parties. We'll see if we can find it quickly on
Mom, which
Exhibit
video should I
3.
Yes. So it's
Looks like it's 4.
about 4:14, a little over 4 minutes. So I would say around about the 3:30-ish mark.
How many of you guys think that Miss Gussie was sitting up there going, I could really screw with this guy's world? if I didn't play the right portion. Well, actually, never mind. That doesn't matter. We're talking about he's playing his own
If that helps.
evidence
Well, we're gonna just show it
against
to you in the
himself.
state, and if it helps you, then you can ask this witness a question about it, otherwise we're gonna move on.
I would say take it back to about 3:15.
Just spin a
This
wheel.
is the footage, though, you're looking for?
Yes, this is the
Toss
footage.
a
Yes.
coin. I think Jay. Yeah, you know what, Karen? You know that Jay Prince sat in that
Is that
spot
where you
on
wanna start?
purpose.
Actually,
See how he's leaning over to make sure he gets on camera? Mm-hmm. He's a
let's
wonderful.
go 3 minutes exactly. This is definitely the video.
All right, this has previously been received. Why don't we watch it from this point forward and then ask your questions?
But before it's played,
Don't hit that yet. Sorry. Turn
wait
off.
for the jury. Or
Go ahead, tell me what you want to do. That was a mistake on our part. It's just
you
in
can
front
show
of
it.
you and the witness at the moment.
yeah, that's fine right now.
Well, I don't want to have to play it twice for the jury. So if you're
Oh.
going to question him, let's show it. It's already been admitted.
So should it just publish
Why
now
don't
or
we
just?
publish it from this point, play it, and you can ask the witness questions regarding it, okay?
Should
Okay.
I act it out? Do you want me to act
So
it
it's
out?
at 3 minutes. It's play about 1 minute and 14 seconds to get from this point to the end.
So are we publishing or?
Yes, we'll publish
Okay.
now.
Oh, Your Honor, you want
Jury,
me
you
to
can let me know when it's on the monitors in the jury
tell the
box.
jury what happened?
That may take a little longer.
He's so stupid. I know, Super Trooper. It. You can't make
Do
this
you
stuff up.
right now it's paused at 3 minutes. This does looking at this video right now bring any recollection of that day back to you?
Yeah.
And using the touchscreen, can you identify if you see yourself in this video? Can you identify where you are?
I'm right here.
And can you identify who the other person is that's shown on the exhibit?
That's Miss Corey.
You can play from right
Let's
there.
clear that first and then
Oh,
play.
I'm sorry. Well, before we play,
But Christy,
could
he
you see
wasn't a victim.
from
mean,
right there where you are?
even-
Can you see Miss Patterson, where her position is at that point?
No.
Can we play it from right there?
Go ahead.
We're Brooksaholics. Well, you're at Brooksaholics Anonymous Club, Shelley.
Can we pause? It's fair to say that we can see you and Miss Corey running towards the area of the vehicle that just stopped. Is that
Yes.
fair to say?
Yes.
And where was Miss Patterson at this time, if you recall?
At that point in time, she had met up with Corey. Corey had walked ahead of me, and her and I were looking for her. I didn't see her right away. Corey did, and she just told me she's in a red car. So that's what we were looking for.
At that time, was Miss Patterson inside of the vehicle?
I do not recall.
Exactly.
What I do recall is the owner of the vehicle getting out of the vehicle, and that became my primary concern.
So hold fast a little bit.
Hold fast, Miss Gussie. Exactly, Louise. Exactly.
We observed the two, you and Miss Corey, running towards the area of the vehicle. Why such the urgency?
Miss Patterson is a mutual friend of ours. She said she was in trouble. I don't play around when people are in trouble.
Can we play it from? It's paused at 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Can we play a little bit of it from there?
Oh, I
Go
gotta
ahead.
take that banner down.
Pause right there.
Joe record.
Can you see Miss Patterson? It's paused at 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Do you see Miss Patterson in this video? Where it's
Yes.
paused at right now?
Yes.
Goodbye,
Is she
Daryl.
inside the vehicle?
No, she is not.
Had you seen her before that?
Corey had spotted her, not me, before that. She did.
But it is fair to say that you're also in the area at
I
that
am
time, correct?
not in this general frame, no. I'm
Not
actually outside
not
of
the
the frame.
not the video, but you are present on the scene. Would that
Oh,
be fair to
yes.
say?
Yes.
And what happened at this point, if you recall?
At this point, there was a physical altercation between Mr. Brooks and Miss Corey and Miss Erica. I was more worried about Miss Patterson being hurt, so I went for her to get her out of the way. I stepped between them as best I could.
You know what's funny about this right here, y'all, is that it shows him in that t-shirt, in the gray sweatshirt that he just so much denied earlier in the case that he wasn't wearing.
And I told Mr. Brooks he needs to leave. He needs to get out of here. Does not belong out here.
Do you recall if there was a knife involved at that time?
No, that is a miscommunication,
That's it.
and I will clarify that. The Monday...
Hold on, there's not a question yet.
Okay.
He'll ask the questions. I appreciate that, but just answer the questions that are asked at this point. Go ahead.
Y'all think she coddled him too much?
Did you at any point during this altercation, did you observe Miss Patterson get back into the vehicle at that point?
I observed her reaching into the vehicle for something. I don't know if she was grabbing a purse or something or whatnot, but she was grabbing something of her personal property out of the vehicle.
Did you observe
while
her?
this was going on?
Did you observe her get into the vehicle?
No.
Can we play it from 3 minutes and 11 seconds, please?
Go ahead.
Hey, Alberto.
Pause it right there. Did you see yourself come into the frame in this vehicle at that
Yes.
point? Would that be you there?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that you had
Hey, Casey.
some type of jacket on, or a black jacket?
Yeah, he was wearing a jacket.
At one point, yes.
evening? What happened to your jacket at that point?
That jacket hit the ground as soon as Mr. Brooks started going for the two women.
So you threw the jacket off?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And what was your reason for throwing the jacket off?
Well, if the court don't hate me for it, I'm just going to say it's a good thing that there were two women in my way at that point in time.
And what do you mean by that?
That means when my jacket comes off, trouble's going to happen. Especially if you're trying to assault a woman in front of me.
So that gesture was an aggressive gesture.
Oh, that was a completely focused gesture.
Well, you did make reference to, let me back up. Would it be fair to say that you just made reference to trouble following you throwing off your jacket?
He's all over the place,
No.
Ginger Snap.
Not trouble following me.
I agree.
Well, maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but
I'm
there would
confused
be
by your
trouble.
question.
Excuse me?
Can you rephrase your question?
Oh, I will. I'm sorry about that. You made reference to there being trouble when your jacket comes off. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Would
Just
it
pull
be
out the
fair to
measuring
say
tape and get it done
that
with.
would be, or that could be, perceived as an aggressive gesture?
You mean as an...
Objection. Motion for speculation. How it's perceived calls for speculation.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
I'm like you,
If
Zephyr.
you recall,
I agree.
who gave the report that there was a knife involved?
That was not put into a report. That was a miscommunication between me and an officer. I had been knifed earlier that week and had 12 stitches in one hand. I said, now I have a friend being assaulted and I need backup here. So when the police stopped and asked if there was a knife, I said, no, there was never any knife.
Oops.
I didn't have a knife. Miss Patterson, Miss Corey didn't have a knife. You didn't have a knife.
Did you get a chance to see the report that was taken by law enforcement from you?
Well, I'm the one. You mean you're talking about when I was on White Rock going to Miss Patterson?
No. The day of November 2020, the day of November 22nd, 2021. You made reference already to being interviewed by a detective, correct?
Yes.
And had
Hey,
you,
Charles.
after that, seen that report from that day?
No.
Oh. Robin, this is a long testimony. Just because Brooks wanted to prove his point, and Zach's Zach's even starting to cross his arms. Ugh. Was this? I wonder who. Do they cross Kirby at all? Do they cross? Examinate him. I forgot.
And you stated that the reporting of the knife was a miscommunication, you
Yes.
referred to it as?
Yes.
Did you at any time tell law enforcement that there was a knife involved in the altercation?
No.
Do you know if your friend Corey told law enforcement that there was a knife involved in the altercation?
No, she did not.
Do you know if your friend Miss Patterson told any law enforcement that there was a knife involved in the altercation?
She did not as well. No.
Yeah, I think he thought Erica was having a side thing with this guy. Well, yeah. I'm sure he thought that. That's all he cared about. Obviously, that's all he cares about.
And how long before the incident on November 21 of 2021 had you known Miss Patterson up until that point?
Probably maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
I want to back up to the phone call that you received from Miss Patterson.
Ah.
Okay.
When she called you, did she give you a name of whoever may have been assaulting her?
She didn't have to. She was meeting one person that day, and I knew exactly who he was because she had showed me his picture and rap sheet prior. Her child's father, the father of their 15-year-old daughter, is who she was meeting up with that day. And I told her multiple times, it's not a good idea. I have a bad feeling about this.
Do you recall stating, well, actually, you testified to that here today. Do you recall stating that you walked past
I'm behind
the
in
red
chat.
SUV that was parked.
Yes.
Would it be fair to say from the two exhibit videos that we watched today that you in fact did not walk past any SUV?
I most definitely walked past an SUV that was red on White Rock Avenue. Whether or not it was your specific SUV, it was still a red SUV. Up until this point, knowing Miss Patterson, I didn't know anything about the father of her child. I didn't know anything about his background except for what she showed me over the phone. Anything about his vehicle description, why would she need to tell me that?
Is it fair to say that the video doesn't show you walking past any red SUV?
If the
Is
video,
that fair to say?
if the video proves that, then yes.
If the video doesn't clip it, you must acquit it. Thank you, Mark. Keep doing those memberships. My goodness. Who got them? I can't see on my end who gets them. So y'all got to tell me who got the membership, the gifted memberships by Mark. I'm going to
In the
scroll
report
fast
that you,
because I'm missing all these
well, in
chats.
the report that was taken from you by detective, do you yourself recall stating that the alleged defendant tried to punch and push you?
The alleged defendant being you, yes. Attempted to.
Would it be fair to say from the video that it doesn't show you being pushed, or
No, it does not. It shows me pulling two women away from the situation.
any reason why you would state to detectives that the alleged defendant attempted to punch and push you?
Probably because there were three different people's fists flying, and I was just trying to get the people that I cared about out of the way of danger. So if my statement to the detective is off a little bit after watching a bunch of people get run over, I can understand why.
So you were at the parade that day?
I was not at the parade that day. I was in the area
Congratulations
So
on your
how-
3 months
get back to my
membership.
house.
So how can you watch people being run over if you weren't at the parade that day?
Thank you for your 3-month membership, Miss Zephyr.
I wasn't attending the parade. I was in the area that the parade route was in. My street is the parade route.
Did you see anyone injured that day
When
during the parade?
Yes, after I walked back through that area,
You saw someone get injured?
I saw a red SUV take off like a bat out of hell down Main Street
Did
and
you
go
see?
through a crowd of people.
The question was, did you see? Did you see this take place?
With my own freaking eyes. Yes. How many times do I have to say yes for you to understand it? YES spells yes.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
Lord.
Your Honor, I don't know how to.
We're moving to strike the last response.
Yeah.
The jury will disregard the last.
He's such a douchebag. Look at him. Look. I called it perfect. Look, see. Jury, you see what's going on? Jury, you see what? Y'all need to know the truth. It's so childish. It's not even high school. It's elementary. It's somebody make it stop. I forgot how long this freaking testimony was. I gotta be honest.
Response. I'm just going to remind both of you, please answer the questions that are asked, and follow-up needs to take place. Either Mr. Brooks or the state will ask.
Is it fair to, well, in reference to the Exhibit 3 video that we just viewed?
You're talking about the one by the elementary school.
Yeah, the one
Okay.
the one that we just viewed,
Just checking.
which would be Exhibit 3. Is it fair to say from that vehicle, got me,
Videos.
I'm sorry, from that video, is it fair to say from that video that, in fact, there are not 3 people throwing punches. Would that be fair to say?
There are 3 people throwing hands in that video: Erica, Corey, and Mr. Brooks. Not myself. If you watch the video, you will see 3 pairs of hands go up towards one another. Whether one is stepping in to pull someone away from another or not, hands are being brought up.
I don't think so, Mo. Well, when they were doing the interrogation, remember how does he still believe that they were being truthful when they said that, they know how women are, because they were trying to get the confession out of him? Do you think that's what he believes, that they were really telling the truth when they said that? Ugh. Not the brightest bulb in the room.
Do you
Not-
recall
Well, okay.
where you went after that altercation?
You mean where me and the 2 girls went? Where me and Miss Patterson and Miss Corey went?
Where you and the
We
2
started.
friends went? Yes.
We started walking back. We turned to walk back the direction we had came, so taking White Rock to Main Street, and then cutting through the neighborhood there to get over to where the women's shelter was. That was where we were going at that point in time. However, things took a drastic turn when the red SUV that I have described multiple times went down the opposite direction of White Rock Avenue, across the railroad tracks and the intersection of Perkins and White Rock, and then turned back around and came back down. That is what you saw in the video here when the red vehicle pulled up on the school side of White Rock. After the altercation between Miss Patterson, Mr. Brooks, Miss Corey, and myself, the 3 of us, Miss Patterson, Miss Corey, we started to leave. I told Mr. Brooks, you need to get out of here. The police have been called. You need to leave. You need to leave now. You do not belong here. I did not expect.
Can you strike everything that's not pertaining to the question that was asked?
Actually, I'm just describing the entire event in its entirety.
I understand. I'll strike the response as being non-responsive to the question. The jury is to disregard it. Re-ask your question again.
Okay. Do you recall where you and your 2 female friends went after the altercation?
We started to head back in the direction of the women's shelter where they lived, where they were staying at the time.
Do you recall at any point during your travels to the women's shelter, as you referred to it, do you recall at any time coming into contact with another law enforcement officer?
Within that point in time, no. Except for the one that pulled out of Frame Park.
Do you recall at any time being stopped by a law enforcement officer on your way back to the women's shelter?
We were stopped partway down White Rock, and that was when I had told the officer, because he wouldn't get out of his SUV, I had let him know that they need to be on the lookout for a red SUV that took off back down White Rock towards Perkins Avenue, or street or road, whatever it is. The officer had asked me if there was someone with a knife, and that was when I held up my left hand, and I said no. I said I have 12 stitches from a knife injury on this hand, but this is what you need to be looking for, is this red SUV. And I'm guessing that's where the miscommunication of the knife came in, and I don't know where that officer went after that.
And would it be fair to say that that was the second law enforcement officer that you had spoke with that day, at that time?
Yes. You are referring to November 21st?
Correct.
Okay.
During that interaction with the second law enforcement officer, do you yourself recall stating that a black guy just assaulted my friend?
No.
Any reason why the officer would report that?
Objection calls for speculation.
Rounds.
Sustained. Calls for speculation.
Oh, Wonder Wheels got a membership. That was from Mark, Wonder Wheels.
Did you yourself sustain any injuries during the altercation?
I ripped open 3 stitches on my hand, but that was more so from pulling Miss Corey away from Mr. Brooks so we could get out of there.
Did you report to any law enforcement? Well,
Me too, Mo.
I guess that would refer to the second law enforcement officer that you spoke with. Did you report that to that officer?
No. Because at the time I didn't notice it. I didn't notice my hand was ripped open again until I got home.
So it would be fair to say that you don't know how those stitches opened up. Would that be fair to say?
No, I'm pretty sure I know how they opened. My stitches got caught on the zipper on Corey's backpack. That's how the stitches were ripped out of my hand when I was trying to pull her away from Mr. Brooks and intervene between her, Mr. Brooks, and Miss Patterson.
Knowing a little bit about stitches, would it be fair to say
Oh,
that
good Lord.
a wound that was stitched being reopened would cause a little bit of pain? Would that be fair to say?
Objection. Relevance.
Rounds.
Look at Leslie.
Sustained. Relevance.
Look, this is so stupid.
Did you notice any blood from the stitches being reopened?
Didn't feel anything until I actually looked at it when I got home. 12 stitches coming across my thumb in kind of like a fish hook type pattern. It was the 2 over here that ripped open and the 1 up here. Or actually, I take that back, the 1 up here.
So just for the record, he's holding his left hand. He had his thumb out, extended almost like an L, but with the other fingers almost like a C, and he was pointing to his left thumb near, I would say, the middle of the thumb, and then the curve of the thumb where on the inside where it goes up toward the index finger. Sorry, I have to make a
Now-
record of
No,
all.
that's just fine.
Go ahead.
So was it 2 stitches that opened or 3?
Objection. Relevance.
Grounds.
Overruled. He may answer, but then move on.
It was 3.
And do you recall what time you made it home that evening?
Absolutely not.
Was it immediately after the altercation or sometime after? Or
No, I took the girls back to the shelter, and then I started
Bye,
running
Melanator.
back towards Main Street to try and see if I could avoid the parade traffic. And that's when I saw the red SUV go down Main Street.
I think that the state knew that he was going to be. I think the state knew he wasn't going to be the greatest of witnesses for them, Kirby, because he just kind of wanted to prove himself, on the stand. Yeah, he does. Charles says, I'm black and I hate him too. Charles.
Yeah.
And do you recall your women friends after you had made it home that evening?
Do you guys remember when they were calling the witnesses to speak in the sentencing and they were naming them out and there were so many people that were affected, the plaintiffs, that were affected that they labeled them by alphabets, and they went into the triple alphabet, and they literally had one that was KKK. And I remember watching it and watching his face when they said that. He was like, "Oh, are we going to go there? Oh, you going to give me a reason?" I thought, "Oh,
Yes.
I can't believe he didn't say nothing about it." Probably tried to an appeal. Nick is a little
Did at any
Share.
time you indicate to them that you
Objection, hearsay.
Tell us what you really
Hold on,
think,
let
Cher.
him finish the question. He was asking what he indicated to
the
them.
question? I thought that's what I said.
You can ask your question. That's what I thought you were saying too.
Did you yourself at any time indicate to your female friends that you had sustained an injury during the altercation?
No.
Objection, relevance.
Overruled. His answer may stand.
Yeah, I don't think he's that credible of a witness either, Lenny. He's just all over the place. That's why I guess this whole hour and a half is what it is. That's how long it is. An hour and a half of testimony. That's just like a waste of everyone's time.
In the time that you had known Miss Patterson up until that day of November 21st of 2021, had you yourself ever heard Miss Patterson refer to the alleged defendant by a different name?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Overruled. The witness may answer if he knows.
No.
Did he want to be
You
called
mean
Matt
like an
Boy on the
alias or
stand?
something?
A different name.
Well, okay, that could, a nickname, an alias. I mean, let's be specific here.
Did Miss Patterson ever refer to him with another name? If you recall. All
Asshole.
Not that I can personally recall, no, ma'am.
right. Thank you.
MFer. I can think of a couple.
Do you recall if, to your knowledge, was your friend Miss Corey, as you referred to her, do you recall her stating that she was injured during the altercation?
She did tell me that she I believe she like hurt her finger or her fingernail or something like that, but I don't think it was relevant to the incident that had happened.
What do you mean by you don't think it was relevant to the incident that happened?
Objection is to relevance.
Sustained is to the form of the question.
Your women friends. Interesting, Neo. I'm so sorry about y'all's friend Paige. I didn't know her. That's a good way to put it, Tony.
Nick is probably a loose cannon, but he probably saved Erica's life that day.
No further questions?
Before I decide whether to do cross at this time, how long do you believe it will be?
0 minutes because I have no cross.
All right, thank you. And you can step down, and we're going to take a break.
Look at him staring at him.
Give me a second.
He's
I'm
trying to do
gonna-
like the deal with
I'll ask
Erica.
for the jury. Let me excuse the jury for a second.
Look at him. Watch him. We think that Nick fell getting out of the witness box. Look at this. Like a child. Y'all know you could put. Sad thing is that the way his mind operates, you could probably put like some Lincoln Logs or something in his cell, and he'd be happy as all get out for the rest of his life. Give him a couple of, Legos. He's that kind of mindset. So he's not really suffering.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. You may step down, sir. And I presume he may be released from his subpoena, Mr. Brooks. You're done questioning him?
Yeah, I don't think he's no longer needed.
All right, you are released from your subpoena, sir. All right, let's take about a 15-minute break. Anything we need to address prior to that, or can we go when we come back?
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Brooks, work with the state, please, for the next witness. We have them.
What the funny part is that this moron doesn't get is that the state's over there laughing at him. He thinks maybe they're laughing at Kirby, but they're laughing at Brooks because he made such a dumbass out of him, excuse my language, himself during this testimony. I mean, come on. It just was an hour, over an hour and a half of nothing. Nothing. Two men standing up there that could have just pulled out a dad blasted measuring tape and gotten it over with in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying, ladies? Do you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm not offending any of the men, but the men probably know what I'm saying too, okay? Brooks was like, I'm so smart. I just made him look bad. At the end of the day, Brooks, he's going to walk away and go do whatever he wants every single day he wakes up. And you're going to be in a jail cell being told what time you have to eat and do things. And hopefully you'll be making some license places at some point in your life. Oh, Lordy. Woo. You guys, thank goodness for the chat, because y'all got me through that testimony. You did. Why do you think he wanted to hear Jay again? Because that's what she calls him. It's gross. Math boy, fly, Jay, whatever. I don't even understand that. That's the stupidest rap name ever. It's just so stupid. How do you come up with that name? Jay Junior of Fly. Mel says he wanted to be called Junior J of Fly or J Math Boy Fly. What is what? Wait, that's what it was. It was J. Yeah, but I mean, why? Why J? Yeah, I heard y'all knew her, the lady that passed away. I don't think she ever came over here though. If she did, she didn't chat. I think she was over on J9. Yeah, that's true, Mark. I forgot. And you know what? If Darrell's never going to be lonely in prison ever again, he'll have somebody there wanting to give him attention. I hope Tim Farrader's getting attention in prison too. You guys, if you're angry about the sentencing yesterday with Timothy Farrader, just do this.
Go watch that video I put up of him shaking when he was trying to get them when they came back right after the trial was over. The verdict was read, and then they came back into court one last time because they were trying to get him released until sentencing. He was sitting there shaking like a leaf. He was messed up bad. Like prison was getting to him. All fitting, all very fitting. And it's probably going to be like that for him. So I keep thinking about that. He got mad, Charles, because they didn't cross some of his witnesses, but I think y'all are right about the fact that they just felt like Nick was kind of all over the place and they didn't want to risk having him come back on something that maybe had just been proven by Darrell for the prosecution. He's a grown man, but he's an idiot, Helen. Ugh. Okay, let me scroll fast down the chat. I loved Lincoln Logs too, Patty. I'd probably play with them now if I got a hold of them. Every time I have to go buy a child a toy, I always look for the Lincoln Logs. I'm like, those were the best. Those were better than Legos. I'm sorry. I just feel they were. They just didn't make enough of them in one box. Ugh. It's just disgusting. I'm scrolling down to see your chat. I'm quickly scrolling through the chat to see what you guys are saying. Why did you time me out? What did I do wrong this time, Mark? I'm going to put you in the other courtroom again if you don't stop it. Sherry said, I think the prosecution knew he would call Nick and Nick would make Darrell look awful, which he did. Yeah. JPC, Brooks has small hands. I know what you're saying. Oh, the friggin' Pope says, yeah, I'm picking up what you're laying down over there, Carrie. I know what you're talking about with that measuring tape. Don't nobody tell him what to do. Miss Minnie T. You and Shelly said the same thing, Minnie T, at the same time. Please don't let him out of jail populations. Oh, please let him out. Yeah, we'll see, Irene. I don't know. Noreen, he is so obsessed. Just on Erica alone. J is for jackass. Amen, Charles. Oh, speaking of which, that's why I wanted to put this back up there because I thought, it's fitting. Bob Kitten brought this idea to the table. It's called the Freeman response. When Darrell does his little snarl that he does. And I couldn't really figure out how to make his face and the horse's face fit. So I said, well, I'm going to put Darrell where he belongs, on the back of the horse. Twins. They look alike. Alrighty, guys. Hey, Gail. Did you chew on the green roof pieces for the Lincoln Logs? No, I didn't chew on the green roof pieces. You don't chew on the green roof pieces. That's the roof for the Lincoln Logs. You did, though? No, I didn't. I chewed on the Lincoln Logs. All my Lincoln Logs had bite marks in them. Oh, my goodness. I didn't play with Barbies when I was little. I was one of those little girls. That was kind of weird, I guess. Kids Impact Statement, it's hard to listen to. Kids Impact Statements was difficult. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to play that on Tuesday when we do our little thing. I'm putting some stuff together. I'm trying to do a video before then, though, just to kind of give you guys a heads up what's going to be put out. Maybe tomorrow or Saturday. It just depends on how long it's going to take to download this because I'm having to overlap a lot of stuff on this program, and it usually downloads really slow when I do that. but it's the audio. It's all the background audio. It's not just the 911 calls. I have another video with the 911 calls in them, but it's the audio of the sheriff's department, the police department, the fire, all of them kind of combined back to back. And I'm putting like all of the squad car footage that I got. It's kind of not there's not a ton of in there that's like really worth anything, but it kind of shows you where the cops, which one they were going and stuff. So I'm putting that in the video portion, but it's more or less an audio video for you guys to watch, to listen to. Just if you wanted to hear that, because that's pretty much the only part of all the stuff that I've gotten from Waukesha PD that I have not really put out there yet. So, we went over the phone. I know everybody, I hate to even bring this back up because y'all stopped asking about it. The phone calls. We've read over those a couple of times. All I have is that small portion that I've read you guys. There were some phone calls with Dawn. There were some phone calls with Erica. The Milwaukee Police Department say, now these are Waukesha phone calls. The Milwaukee Police Department say that any recorded calls they have aren't kept past 6 months. So I'm thinking that they are probably still involved with that case that's going on with Erica. And that one, which somebody asked earlier in the chat about that, I think Alberto asked about that. Let's see. Our next thing with Brooks is going to happen on December 14th at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. And it's just a status hearing to see if they finally assigned his new attorney, because the last time they went in, they had not assigned his attorney yet. Yeah, I saw, and I think, was it Mark? Somebody had mentioned it to me in the comments, and then I saw Mark sent me something in an email of the skits that this cartoons guy is making, which it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's really funny. I wish I could create cartoons like that. That's so cool. I don't know how he does it. Because even like, it's just really creative how they do the eye movement and everything, and it makes him look about as dumb as he is. He really doesn't need a cartoon to make him look stupid, though. That's a sad thing. Horse has better grammar than Brooks. All right, now before we go, I want to say to Tony and everybody out there that needs to hear it, because we're going into the weekend. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're feeling better. Patty, I hope you're getting some rest, honey. You got to rest that ankle. Everyone else that's come up in here that's going through something, I hope you guys are okay, and just take time to take care of yourselves and remember that God loves you and he's got your back. And until then, we have your back over here in the chat. If you need to just come in and just vent, you can do that while we're on just being silly with each other, right? Again, thank you, Mark, for your gifts of 5 Character Productions memberships. I think that you've actually bought your time some out of the timeout corner. It's kind of like a get out of jail free card that you purchased there. I appreciate that. And Zephyr, congratulations on being a member for 3 months, girlfriend. Oh, and the reason I wanted to bring that up is, you guys know, when you're a member, like when you're chatting, every now and then go in and hit that $sign. And I'm not saying you have to send me any money. You don't have to worry about sending me money. But if you hit that $sign, it'll tell you if you have a free chat. Like Zephyr's, let me show you see how hers popped up like this? So every month that you're a member, you get a free chat like that, a free super chat. So use them. Don't forget to use them. See, Christine just found one. Christine says, hey, girl, hey, I found mine. So you can go in and check and see if it's there. That's funny. So don't forget to do that. All right. I'm waiting to see if anybody else finds them. Cher says, I love all you beautiful, articulate weirdos. Yes, I love you, Brooksaholic weirdos. Until we meet again, my friends, I have a video. Well, okay, yeah, I have a video dropping tonight. It's a video. It's basically what we did yesterday, but I had to drop it as a video because I had to split it up from yesterday. So
That's going to drop tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be back. Probably earlier tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Monica. Miss Beautiful Monica. You're always so kind in the chat, honey. I noticed that. You're just the sweetest thing. Don't, Tony, don't make me come up there. I know, right, Cher? Hey, see, JPC just found her. She's been a member for 7 months. Girl, you do have a problem if you've been a member for 7 months. Yeah, everybody needs some. Thank you, Miss Casey. Y'all give her, Miss Casey, a big shout out for moderating for me again. She da bomb. She da bomb. Yeah. Yes, girl. Yes. Member for 1 month. Laura. Saw you're doing the parade. Thanks for that. I don't know. You know what? I was thinking about that. If they stream it, I think that one channel is going to stream it. If they do, I'll probably stream it. If they don't, I'm definitely going to do a video afterwards that kind of follows up on what happened that day, all the new, footage that they put out about it. I'll definitely put one together. But yeah, if anything's live, I kind of want to be there. I have a 2 o'clock appointment, but I don't think everything really starts live until like 4 o'clock. So, but I am going to do something at 8:30. We're going to start some stuff at 8:30, and then I'll take a afternoon pause, and then we'll come back later that night. So that's Tuesday, the 21st. It's the anniversary of the parade, 2-year anniversary. Thank you, Gringo. Love you guys so much. Y'all have a blessed evening and enjoy your weekend. And hopefully, I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Love yous. Mean it. Be good. Bye.